going on, everybody? As you can see, I'm still at home. I have picked out a truck. I've been fully approved on it. Um, I put a deposit down on it. I'm waiting for their shop to do their inspection. I'm guessing it needs the new Virgin drive tires put on it, which it does. It comes with. Yeah. So just waiting for them to do what they got to do so I can go do a full inspection on it. Let me grab my glasses. But I thought I would do this video, just catch everybody up on what's going on, if anybody's interested. But I had a friend of mine asking me, we were on the phone and asked me about the sleep apnea thing, what I did, how I did it. Listen, I know we don't like dealing with the sleep apnea, and there's a lot of people that think it's just a money gimmick. And I guess that just depends on who you're dealing with, is what their actual purpose is for having anyone go through it. I know a lot of guys get caught or get hung up doing a sleep apnea test just because of their BMI scores and that stuff. I never fail the BMI thing where they do a neck measurement and they look at your BMI and that determines on whether you got to do a sleep test or whatever. I never once had that be an issue. My neck size wasn't on the bad side of whatever their criteria was. My BMI wasn't on the bad side of whether their BMI is, but I had sleep apnea. I have sleep apnea. It got to the point where it got so bad that I took it on myself. I didn't have to rely on anybody telling me to do it. I went and had it checked out myself. And I do have a video in reference to that. But I thought I'd bring this up again just for the info. If you have sleep apnea or you suspect you have sleep apnea, or if you wake up every day and you just feel like shit, chances are you have sleep apnea. And I strongly, after using this machine for going on a year now, I strongly recommend you get yourself checked. I really do. It becomes another process on top of everything else you have to deal with as a driver. But your health is more important than government rules. But this is not a sponsor. But you can screenshot that if it comes in clear enough. Let's see. Try. Not really. Yeah, that's not coming in very well at all. But this company it's registered portable monitoring. Their phone number, if anybody is interested, is 843-771-0220. Their website is www.rpmhst.com. And the reason I'm telling you this is if you go to your doctor and they send you to a clinic to do a sleep test, it's going to get expensive. It's going to get expensive real quick, especially if you don't have insurance. And if you do have insurance, you're going to have some out of pocket for sure. With this place, the nice thing about it is it's a home sleep test. It is DOT compliant. It's a home sleep test. You don't have to have a doctor involved. you can do this all on your own with their assistance, which is what I've done. And all together, including the machine I bought, I've spent $750. Most of your clinical sleep tests will be that plus some. So, I mean, if you have insurance, you can still do that, but that would come down to your deductibles, and if they even cover the machine, would cover a portion of the machine. So you have to look at your own situation. If you don't have insurance, in my opinion, this is the best route. This is the best route. They send the sleep test to your house. You put it on per their instructions. You sleep with it. It is a little annoying. It's not too bad. I ended up having to do it 2 nights in a row because if it doesn't have a green light when you wake up in the morning, it didn't do something right, and you might have to do it for a second night. So I did it for a second night because just to make sure. I boxed it back up. They send you a tag, shipping tag. You slap a tag on it. You drop it off. They send it back. It took 2 days from the time I shipped it till they called me and then sent me my report. I was right at the borderline of high risk. And then, again, it was $150. They have a doctor. That reads your test. So if you don't have a doctor, they have the doctor to read the test and make that determination. And then from there is just ordering a machine. And I ordered one. It was $300 down and $50 a month. Totaled out to $600. The machine works great. But yeah, that's the information. If you have sleep apnea, if you think you have sleep apnea, if you think it's something you need to do, that's where to do it at. That's where to do it at. It's going to cost you the least. It's efficient. You do it at your own pace. Like I said, they send you the equipment. So if you're out on the road, you plan on coming home, order it a few days in advance. Sleep with it one night while you're home. Drop it off to be shipped back the next day before you leave back out. Go back out on the road, and you'll get your results. So yeah, it can save you some money. And again, like I said, they're DOT compliant. Like right now, I could call them up and say, hey, I need a report, which I do have to have every 3 months with Schneider. Some companies, once you get that initial physical done, and the doctor signs off on it, they don't care. Schneider wants me to send a compliance report every 3 months to make sure I'm still using the machine. So, I mean, it's not a big deal. I just call them up. I say, I need a report from this day to this day. They email it to me, and then I can give it to whoever needs it. So, yeah, it's not that bad of a deal. I think sometimes when you're dealing with a trucking company, and the sleep apnea thing comes up, it becomes more of a complication just because now you're dealing with the trucking company. They're in the mix, and we all know trucking companies have a excellent tendency to overcomplicate even the simplest of things. But just a little information to pass along. Hope it helps. If it doesn't pertain to you, maybe you know somebody that it does. But anyway, other than that, like I said at the beginning, just waiting on them so I can go inspect this truck myself. They do have a 579 Peterbilt 2016 that I was looking at, but the down is another $1,000 a month, or another $1,000 a month. The down payment is another $1,000, and the monthly payment is $100 more a month, which is not a big deal. I do like the truck. I've always liked the look of the Peterbilts. But, you know, I'm cheap. But we'll see how it goes. If the Freightliner doesn't check out, there's options. It's not like this is the only truck they have on the lot, and we'll go from there. I got the truck turned into the SFI in Green Bay, so that's done. I did have a chance to talk to my SFI rep. I did find out some information, interesting information for myself, because I was curious what a used truck payment would be through SFI. If I decided to come back that direction in the future. Come to find out, your used truck payment is going to be the same as what I was already paying, which was over $1,100 with my maintenance fund, because of the maintenance fund. The truck payment itself on an older truck would drop, but they would require more in your maintenance account. If somebody else has been through this and knows more information on that side of it, please correct me. But that's what I was told by my rep in Green Bay, because just for giggles, if the truck payment wasn't too bad and later on decided to go back that route to get something with a little warranty on it, but if the payment is going to be the same, it would make no sense for me to get a used truck. Just wouldn't. Not through SFI. I'll put it that way. Because the whole point of this exercise for me is to improve my costs, my fixed costs, which right now, which were over $1.20 per mile based on 2,000 miles, and now I'm sitting at about 73 cents a mile based on 2,000 miles. That's a big cost savings. As long as the used truck performs well, I should be able to put a lot more of my revenue into me rather than into a company's equipment. Because in the end, that equipment is still Snyder's equipment. Because you do have some residual at the end of that lease. It's not like you're paying all that money and it's just 100% free and clear at the end. So we'll see. We'll see if I've made the right decision. For some people, the right decision is the new truck with all the warranties. For others, I've heard this debate. I'm sure others have heard this debate on YouTube: used versus new versus whatever. So I've had the new. I know what that cost. And again, I'm sure there's guys that made a ton more than I did last year. Again, I came into this as a greenhorn, all new at it. My 6-month gross revenue for last year was just a tick over $73,000. Again, I'm sure there's guys that can jump on, and I'm sure they made quite a bit more than that. I get that, but again, my excuse is I was new. I was learning the process, so I don't think that was too bad. I really don't. So it's not a money thing. It's not necessarily the money thing. It frees me to buy this used truck at the payment it's going to be. It frees me up. It frees me up. Not only, it actually, I can be more picky on what I haul because I have the luxury of being patient. I know there's a lot of guys. They're going to get out there and they're just gonna burn the tires off something every week, and that's fine. But I can be pickier on what I haul with this truck payment. It doesn't mean I can sit down and not do anything. Period. But it does free that up. When it comes to family, it gives me more freedom on that side of it as well, because of the reduction in cost for this other truck. So, yeah, it seems like the right direction for myself. It's the decision I've made. It's the direction I'm going, and I'm going to continue on this direction as long as I can, and hopefully it works out. Again, it's a used truck. There is risk involved in a used truck, but there's a risk involved in a new truck, even through anybody, not even just SFI. There's risk involved there too. You have a couple bad weeks, you're going to have a bad month. And I've had that happen. Like I said, I had the 1 week where my revenue would have been close to $5,000 with the loads I had booked, and out of the 4 loads that I had booked, I ended up with one of them because they pulled the other 3. 2 of them they said canceled. One they said the pickup date had moved off to the future. Again, who's to say for sure what happened? But those were the best paying loads I've seen on the load board since I started in the areas that I run in. And I haven't seen loads that pay that well since. It's just remarkable that those 3 loads just happened to happen like that they did. Which that week left me scrambling to try to find something out of an area that I normally wouldn't go to anyway, because finding freight back out of was not all that great. I was able to save the week, but just breaking even shouldn't be enough. Just shouldn't. So yeah, in a week like that, if I had a week like that with the payment I'm stepping into now, I still would have been able to put more money in my account, way more money in my account. Yeah, so everybody's got their own opinion on it, and there's plenty of people on YouTube that's made videos on it. There's good and bad in both, and I'm hoping for more good with the route I'm taking now. So we'll find out how it goes. I'm obviously going to keep you updated, so we'll just see how it goes and run from there. So as always, I appreciate you guys taking time. Be safe, and we'll talk to you.